Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Travis. I got something a little different for you today. We're going to play Jikkyo Powerful Baseball, or as it was known here in America when they tried to come over here. When they tried to localize the game, it was known as MLB Power Pros. It's just a fun little baseball game made in Japan that I'm going to share with you guys. Get it some more exposure here. A real favorite in my family, this game series. I'll have to kind of give you the rendition of what's going on since it's all in Japanese, but seeing as I've played the game several times, I know what's going on. I might not know the exact wording, but I know those situations and what's relatively going on. So we're going to do story mode, or success mode as it's called, but it's basically story mode. Now we have two options. We can play for the ragtag underdog team, or we can play for the elite team. That's only unlocked after you beat the ragtag group story. So we're going to do that first, and then maybe we'll go through the other story after that. All right. We're going to make a player here. All right. Our last name. Let's see. What's our first name going to be? Our name is going to be Dancer, because I feel like naming him Dancer for no apparent reason whatsoever. Dancer, and it won't fit the whole name, so we'll do the best we can here. I already have the last name picked out. Yeah, so we won't be able to get the full name until we get to put our name on our jersey. It's Dancer Komonopo no. But Komonopo is what will show up there because that's the best we can do. Have the last name show up. So, what team do we want to play for? I want him to play on the team that looks the most like the Cincinnati Reds, and that would be Hiroshima. Now let's see. Of these names, the one that is Hiroshima is at the top here. So there we go. That's the Reds. Well, essentially the Reds. All right. Komonopo no is going to be right-handed and bat right-handed as well. The options. It's really weird the way they laid it out because it goes right-handed everything, right-handed throwing but batting left-handed, right-handed switch. For some reason down here, I don't know if there was a coding error or what. Instead of doing instead of doing left and left, left and right, left and switch, they do left but batting right, left and left. So I don't know. It's kind of odd to me, but regardless, he is going to be a right-hander all the way. Positions. The one line here is first base, 2 line for second, 3 for third, yada yada. There's short. Outfield. In this game, all 3 outfield positions are just considered outfield. So if you pick him to be an outfielder, he can play center, left, or right. First one's pitcher, that one's the catcher. We're gonna make him an outfielder. Let's see here. What do we want our batting stance to look like? As you can tell, there's a lot of options. 117, what's that look like? Nope. Nah. 119? I kind of like that, sure. Alright, difficulty setting, we're gonna go there. Okay, so Dancer Komonopo no. Komonopo no is going through high school. Quick disclaimer, in Japan, their high school system is only 3 years. So instead of freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, they have first year, second year, third year. Think of it as like sophomore, junior, senior instead of freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So we're a first year student, which means we're 10th grade. We're here with our friend. I believe he's got a different name in the Japanese games, but in the American games, he was referred to as Marvin, so you will hear me call him Marvin more times than not. So our best friend Marvin, he's the nerd in the class, but he is also on the baseball team. This is, by the way, this opening scene is the closest we'll ever get to this like paper aesthetic in the whole game. It's only for this opening like classroom scene. So, all right, there we go. This is what most of the game will look like. We're here. We're on the team. First day of school. At the first practice, we hear stuff going on. There's that is a second-year shortstop on the team. He's a hard worker that aspires one day to be the captain of the roster. He's helping us practice on day one, and he's impressed by us. All right. So let's see. We want this player to be a defensive player. The arrows here are your trajectory. This first column here is for your contact. This is power, run speed, arm strength, fielding, and error resistance. And this is like if I want him to also play catcher, also play first, yada yada. So right now we're gonna make trajectory a 2. 4 is as high as it goes. I don't plan on this guy being a Barry Bonds or anything like that, so we won't focus too much on that. I definitely want this player to be very defensive based. And people that know me personally and my imagination, knowing where I got the Komonopono from, will understand why I want this player to be defensive. This player was I first came up with this player when we played some football as kids. So he was a very defensive-oriented player. I did mess up there, though, while I was talking. I picked a rest instead of practicing on the first day. I didn't need the rest because I hadn't done anything yet, but oh well. This is our equipment manager. She's a childhood friend of ours. And there's the captain of the team currently, that big guy. He's a third-year student that plays catcher. Do you understand how practice works? Yes. Okay then, let's see. So we're working on what? Fielding first, right? So we want to get points in columns 2, 3, and 5 to improve our skill level. So there we go, 2, 3, and 5. All right, we did that. In order to get to play, we have to also impress our coach enough that he allows us to be in the starting lineup. So we'll see how that goes. This game has so many interesting features. We're going to a steak restaurant right now. We get to pick a steak. One of them will replenish our energy. The other one will get rid of energy. It's usually random. I've tried both options. So let's see if we guessed right this time. And we did guess right. We got some energy back. All right. So we're going to go through this again. All right. Now, early on here, they let you practice without any consequence. But as the game goes along, you have to manage that energy, because it's more likely you'll get hurt if your energy is lower, your stamina. All right, that girl, we met a girl at the school. Cool. The game does kind of have like a dating option, but like it doesn't really. The only thing it's good for is after you play through the high school here, you can go pro, and if you have a girlfriend in the high school mode, that person will be your wife in the pro mode. That's the only purpose that the dating serves on this game. So it does not make me better at baseball or anything, so I usually just straight up ignore it. We're working with the team captain there. We impressed him. Alright, so like you see this bar here, the guy on the top right corner with the orange box, that is the coach. We have to get that bar at least half filled to be in the starting lineup. So we're gonna pick this practice because he's watching that practice. It's our best chance to try and impress him. Alright, and we impressed it. We gained 12 points toward impressing him. Now, if he's there again, we'll see how much 12 points change the bar. He is not there, so we do not know. Alright, we're going to pick that for some mentality points. We impress the coach by 1. Oh boy. Right, there we go. So 12 points got us to there from the previous practice. So I know I'm focusing mostly on defense, but for right now, just to impress the coach, we're gonna kind of do what he wants us to do. And then once we get in the starting lineup, we'll focus more on defense. Okay, coach is telling everybody that the captain gets to can change the lineup if he wants to change it. We're gonna go with this one since the coach isn't there again. Alright, now that we've built up some points, next chance we get, we'll increase some of our skills here. Alright, that was the team up. I rested again by accident. Great job, me. We're off to a good start on this. That is our rival. He plays for the best team in the country. The best high school team in the country. Well, we're playing for basically the Phoenix Suns or the New York Jets of the high school baseball teams. So we're trying to be the LeBron or Michael Jordan and carry this team to victory. Meanwhile, he's on a team where he could probably take a nap and they win. Alright. So just some trash talking back and forth there. Playing a little bit of catch. Ends up we're kind of buddies, but at the same time rivals. So that is the scout. That guy with the mustache and the snow cap on. We have to impress him if we want to be able to make it to the pro leagues. So we got to worry about impressing the coach and the scout. Although we get 3 seasons of high school to impress the scout. So not too worried about that yet. Right now we're just focused on the coach. Alright, so let's upgrade our defense since we've got a chance to do that. As you can see, you spend the points and your tribute gets better. We're up to a 34. The way this grading scale works, since this game is from Japan, they don't use our traditional A through F grading scale. They do S through D. So, for example, when we do upgrade this F to an E, that's kind of like having an F in America. So if I'm an A at something, I've got a B by America's standards because they just use a different grading scale. But yeah, we're doing pretty well there. We've almost got that upgraded. Right now, what we're lacking is the second column. So we're going to go to this practice unless the coach is around. There he is. So we're actually going to go there instead. Again, we got to impress the coach or we can't get in the games. Because the scout judges us by practice and games, so very important we get in the game. We helped the girl clean up the locker room. That's what that was about. I helped the manager, I should say, clean the locker room. One thing I really do like about this game is the fact that you can make a male or female player. Now, the story mode looks like this. You play as a male essentially through the story mode. But when the story mode is over, you get to pick if you want that person to be like a male or a female, yada yada yada. So for the story, you got to play as a boy, but for any girls playing the game that want to just have like an all-girl baseball team on here, you can just make tons of girl players if you want. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, all the customization on this, like hairstyles and stuff like that, are all after you beat the story mode. So it's a very unique way of doing the create-a-player thing. Instead of just doing a create-a-player, you have to go through the story every time. Which sounds like it would be annoying, but there's so many different events and stuff. I don't think I've ever had the same playthrough every time that I've played. For example, I think there was one playthrough like I got hit by a car. I was okay, but like it made my arm strength and my swing power really low because I was injured. So like, it's very... There's so many different twists and turns. I think there's another option where you can have a scientist experiment on you. And sometimes it makes you better at baseball, sometimes it makes you worse. So this game's got all kinds of crazy twists and turns, and that's part of the fun. Alright, we did not impress the coach enough to make the first lineup, so it looks like we will not play in the first game. Quick side note, this column on the right that's got the percentages, that is our likelihood of getting injured, and this is where the stamina management comes into play, because the less stamina you have, the more likely you're going to get injured. We're going to risk it here at 13%. Alright, we survived that, but like, see, we've lost more stamina. So if we were to practice again, see, now it's 26%, 36% likelihood that we get hurt. So this is where the rest days come in so that we can keep ourselves healthy. I seem to get hurt, it seems like, at least once every playthrough. It's just that sometimes they're minor injuries. All right, the team lost the game that we sat out of. That was our regional game. So since we lost in the first round of regionals, the season's over, and our captain graduated. So the shortstop that was dreaming of one day being the team captain is now the new team captain. Our equipment manager's having a conversation with us, and she's wondering what we think of her, if we think that she's doing a good job. And yeah, we didn't answer. I don't believe that we do answer the first time. So, all right, we're going to get some mentality points here so we can continue upgrading that defense. The scout here is apologizing that he hasn't really gotten a good chance to look at us, so he's going to up his opinion of us by 30 points to give us a fair shake. So, the scout is a lot easier to deal with, too. We're almost halfway on the coach. If we get the scout halfway, you make it to the pros. And then if you get past halfway, it just determines like which round of the draft you get picked in. So, all right, we're going to do that. And press the coach a little bit. And now we're going to summer practices where we go to the beach. These are worth so many more points than the regular practices. So you want to make sure you can partake in as many as possible. Almost have that fielding stat increased. Let's see here. The scout or the coach. Yeah, the coach is here, but I don't want to pick that because that's terrible. We'll do this. Right. Coach is down there this time, so we'll pick that. Alright, doing pretty well. Doing pretty well, actually. We're going to rest on this day because we're really low on our stamina. We're going to rest, and on top of that, it's going to improve the scout. It's going to make the scout think highly of us. So we've got summer practice over for that month. And we're going to take a nice rest at home. We're all good going into the next month. All right. We now are an E at defense. All right. Doing well so far. No injuries yet. We're going to go to the hospital and get this thing taken away that's making it so we can't get any power points. All right. All right, we've ran into our rival. He's going to throw us some pitches and see if we can hit any of them. He's a pitcher that also hits as well as any fielder. So, like, he's pretty much the top player in the country. All right, here we go. Notice I say top player. I do think there's one pitcher on this game that's a lot harder to hit than him, but he's definitely the top overall player. All right, first pitch, we missed it. Second pitch, missed it. Third pitch, we're going to guess that one again, and he struck us out. So he wins that first matchup. I've only won that matchup, I think, twice the whole time I've had this game. So I feel like that's a little more difficult. This is a girl that goes to the same school as the rival. She's very smart, very like statistic based. So like if you wanted her as a potential girlfriend, you gotta have like monster statistics. All right, we'll impress the scout since the coach isn't there. Do we want to help our dad keep the shrine clean where we live? I'm gonna take care of the shrine, or do we want to take the day off? Take the day off. We're in class with Marvin, just talking about how excited he is for the next baseball game. So we're going to do that to get some points. There's our coach again, new starting lineup, and we made it as a reserve. We are not in the starting lineup, but we do get to dress in the next game. We're going to rest up this night. Alright, into the 10th month, so it'll be our first time that we've been dressed for a game. So we're going to up our defense more. Alright. Go with that one. Get one more defense point before the game starts. Sure can. All right. Our first game. We're coming off the bench. That is the star player for this team. He plays first base. He's a good hitter and fielder, even though he wears the mask. This is the first game of regionals for this time of the year. I think you are allowed, I'm sorry, this is, I believe, the regular season. You get like one exhibition game and then regionals. All right, missed on the first one. Great start for me. Come on, Komonopo now. Line drive right to second base for an out. All right. All right, we're down 2-1, so we really could use a hit here. Got a guy on base even. Pulled down the line. There's going to be a single, though, because the other guy wasn't fast enough to advance. And we lose 3-2. So as you can see, you only control the parts that your player is involved with. If you're a fielder, you only get to bat, and you only bat when you're up. If you're a pitcher, you only pitch when there's a runner in scoring position. So you only get to take over key moments of the game. So we lost the first game that Komonopo No was involved with. The scout did like that we got a hit, though, so we got some points there. So let's we got some more points. We got to upgrade that defense. We're one upgrade away from being a D at defense. How about that? Ideally, I'd like to get him at least to a B on defense, but we'll see how it goes. At some point, I'd also like to work on his speed as well. So, we'll see. This is a free day. I get to pick where I want to go. I don't know what these say, so I'm going to pick that one. We spent the day with Marvin. All right. Those are kind of random each time, too, so... All right, we are now a D on defense. We're going to rest up. All right, do we want... Marvin has lost his backup pair of glasses. Will we help? We can help, we can casually look, or we can just flat out say no. Marvin, you're our best bud. We got to help you. All right, we looked and looked, and then he found them in his own pocket. So, we spent a lot of energy, and he had them all along, but it worked out. All right, the scout's going to personally take a look at us here. And let's see, our best attribute is defense. I want to make sure I pick defense. Let me get the Google Translate app out here. This one is defense. All right. We stopped 2 out of 3 hit our way, and we impressed the scout. Good job, us. All right, we need more mentality points and more technique. I think that's technique points. Anyway, or agility points, one or the other. I think it's agility. I think technique is the middle column. The locker room's a mess. Should we clean it up? Yes, of course we should. We got tired, but it impressed our coach more. Our coach wants us to run some errands for him. And we did that, impressed him further. Alright, so we got did a good job impressing the coach there. There's the scout, we're going to impress him a little bit. Yeah, coach loves us now. We'll be a starter the next time he makes his lineup. We'll do that to get some more points. Should we work at the shrine or take the day off? I'm going to take the day off again. We hear something on the field, but we're not sure what it was. We left before we could find out. Up to 1 point there. I need some mentality points to do more upgrades. So we want this. Clean up the locker room again. Well, our team, I mean, just they don't care about the locker room apparently. Maybe this is why our team is terrible every year. Hey, a dog has wandered onto the baseball field. Should I pet the dog or not pet the dog? I'm gonna not pet it. It's a dog I don't know. Let's not risk that. All right. Up to a 56 now, so doing pretty well. Gotta take that chance to impress that scout again. Marvin and us, we had cleaned up the locker room and then Marvin made a mess, so that's why we got mad. Alright, get some more mentality points going here. In the locker room with Marvin again. Marvin came over to our house and we had fun all night. Random thing, let's pick that one. Alright. Another point there on our defense. Let's take a rest. Alrighty there. I think that we'll conclude this episode once we get into year 2. We're not quite done with year 1 yet. As you see at the bottom left corner, we have a 1, and then in circles we have 1 and 2. The one that's not in a circle is what year student we are, so we're still a first year student. The middle, like the first circle, the middle number, is what month of the year it is, and the third number, second circle, is which week of the month it is. So, yeah. Alright, I'll do that. So moving to the third week of the month. This is another option for girlfriend on the game. Let's move on. We're getting some more points to make our player better. You know, if this does well, I might do a playthrough where I make like a ladies' man character that just tries to kill girls and doesn't care about baseball. I don't recommend that because this game gets really hard at the end, but that might be something silly to try and do. That I haven't done yet. Alright, we need one more mentality point to be a C on defense. There we go, we got an 8, so that should be plenty. Second month of the calendar year. The scout's here to see us again. We're going to have him continue to look at our defense, because right now it's our best statistic, our best ability, our best skill, whatever you want to call it. Alright. We're a C on defense. If we can get to a B, I can move on to a different skill. Because I'm determined to have this guy be a monster on defense, like Gold Glove caliber defense. For the uninitiated in baseball, the Gold Glove is an award they give out to the best defenders in the around the league. Just saying, I want this guy to be one of the best of the best. You know, for this early in the game, we've actually done a pretty good job impressing the scout. I've had some games where I don't have this much impression until the third year because I focus too much on the skill set of the players. All right, we're studying for an exam. We're gonna pick that line. And now the top one again, sure. And now this one. And now this one. Uh-oh, we fell asleep while studying. Hopefully we still do well on the test. Let's find out. Got a 77 on the test. I guess that's okay. Not super stellar, but we did well. Alright, got some mentality points too since we passed the test. Alright, coach is doing some individual practice with us. Uh-oh, his opinion of us went down. That wasn't good. We must have really stunk up the joint. Alright, impress the scout a little bit more, and we're now with our second encounter of the rival. Alright, he's pitching to us again. I'm gonna guess this pitch is the first one he's gonna throw. I was wrong. Let's guess it again for the second pitch. Nope. Okay, third pitch. Darn. He got us again. He's 2-0 against us. All right. Those percentages are a little high because, well, it doesn't seem like a good chance. A lot of times when I get injured, it's somewhere between 10 and 15% on this team, so not going to chance it. All right, she's cleaning up the locker room. Are we going to help her? Yeah, we are. Marvin's here, too, to help. All right, now our dad is getting on us for not taking care of the shrine. All right, so we're up to 65 on our defense. All right, we got some more points there. Coming up and going to be quite the fielder when we're done with him, I hope. Did I see the scout up there? Yes, I did. All right, got some more points at the scout. I help her clean up the locker room again. And this time it was just us. Marvin didn't come in. Marvin just talking to us about how hyped he is for the next game. I'm not even sure if Marvin's been able to dress on the roster yet. All right, that's going to do it for year one. We're now a second-year student. So we're going to rest up. And then we're going to conclude this first episode of Jikkyo Powerful Baseball. Or again, as it was known in the States, MLB Power Pros. So you'll probably hear me interchange the two titles and call it both, because it really is both. If you ask someone from America what it's called, it's MLB Power Pros. If you met someone from Japan, they'd call it Jikkyo Powerful Baseball. So, yeah, you're going to hear me call it both names. So we met our rival's younger brother. He's cool. He likes us. He's a very cool kid. But we're going to save for now. And that's going to be it for the time being. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys later.